You know, we have very high attrition. Actually have a look and go, and again, it's a hard copy, photocopy it, do what you need to do with it, but you can use this in a meeting with line managers where you're going to get their buy-in really quickly because you've spoken their language, which is their budget. Okay, any questions? Everybody ready for lunch? Fantastic, thank you very much.
I think right from recruitment, once you get a hold of the documents, it's something that's just different about them. And that's why you want to meet them. So once you get to meet them on a one-on-one, then what the sort of information that they share, the ambitions that they share, what they have learned about the business, then gets you to know that this is a person with a drive. And that, you know, it starts building the trust right from that moment that when you say, this is the guy I want to work with, or I want them to work for us, and they say this is a business that I want to work with.
So for me, the key thing that's coming out of this is the importance of data in recruitment and the importance of items like behavior, and in the scope of behavior we're also talking about attitude, and that's the key thing that I'm taking away from this. Secondly, I'm aligning myself in the conversation with HRs. I'm not particularly in HR, I'm more in business development, but business development is about solutions to HRs as opposed to presenting something and asking them to pick one or two.
One is African Talent Company is not just about recruitment. We're about consulting, about generalist HR, about analytics. So an event like this is very critical for two reasons. One is we've also understood what the shortcomings of HR in the African spaces. So as a business, what we're providing is a service of not just identifying the right talent, but identifying the lack, or rather the attention span that candidates, recruiters, clients have, what their needs are, and matching that. So it comes down to everything from your analytics, to what the shortcomings of the business are, to what the needs are of the individual. So it's not about identifying the talent and then just fitting them into a slot.
The talent value management one was around shifting from this 9-block performance potential grid, which we realize with all the clients that we're working with is not really working well. It's not achieving the goals that it's supposed to they set out for. And so what we've done is we've kind of said let's rethink that and change from a 9-cell grid on performance and potential to more of a talent value line. So something that's going to be it'll help us to understand the value that that person's talent is bringing to the company. So we look at the ability of the person to do the job, the ability of that person to change to do a different job, and the commitment that they have to the business.
360 feedback seems to be something that's very common in the audience today. It's used broadly across the organizations, and I think there's a lot of issues that come up when 360 feedback gets used that isn't necessarily considered in advance. So people deploy assessments without really understanding why they're doing it and specifically what they're looking to achieve with the information. So, you know, most assessments that are available on the market use numerical scales to rate behavior. So today we discussed some of the issues that come up with using numerical rating scales.
We've spoken about how to recruit for staff, the right way to go about it when we look at talent strategies. We've looked at how to plan for succession, so people moving up in companies, making sure that we've got talent pools so that people are always there when we need them from a succession perspective. We've looked at how do we bind that talent, so if we have it, how do we make sure that it doesn't leave us, and then obviously how do we manage the talent we've got. So high performers and high potential people, how do we identify them within organizations, and how do we make sure that those people are on the right track. So if people understand their trajectory within an organization and their career development, that in itself lends itself to people staying with organizations. They understand their value, they understand what they're being developed for, and their progression throughout the company.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Grace Kalati, and I'm coming in from Soccer Watch. Yeah. So in terms of retaining talent, it's just making sure, even from the point you're identifying this talent, you're having intense conversations to ensure that you are aligned with the candidates and they're coming in fully aware of what is in for them. And it's not after they come in, they're like, okay, wait, this is not what I signed up for. So from the very beginning, ensuring that you're not only talking about the organization goals, but aligning with what the individual really is looking for in terms of their career, in terms of their life, and ensuring that you're on the same page.
So my name is Connie Motimo. I am from Liberty Eagle. It's a holding company that manages a number of international franchises. And regarding talent, I would say that I think that is one of the key things in HR because that is how you're able to, actually through succession planning, you're able to plan for your talent, you're able to plan for the company's succession planning, and that way you ensure that there's no gap, you ensure that you have the right talent at the right place, doing the right thing, and they understand what is expected of them.
So my name is Viola Chepchumba, and I'm from Human Needs Project, okay, HNP Kenya. And the way we identify new talent and nurture it, it's some of the surveys that we do, whether it's internal or external. So we could be doing in-house training to identify them or external. So once because you cannot easily identify talent at the start of a new job. So once they go along and then you discover this talent, would you like to let them grow? So in various ways you challenge them, like in various projects. Let's say we do photography, so we challenge them with several projects. So the outcome will let us know that this person has this talent and it's a new one that we had not discovered it. So how are we going to build him?
You must ask yourself, how do they get into the organization? At that point of entry, you should have already shifted and sifted the kind of people that you want at every level. Now, for me, what I do is in talent management, we think of the next two turns in terms of I'm not recruiting for the current position. I get the current position right, but I must recruit this person for the next two positions. That way I'm developing the correct pipeline for the next level and for the next leaders.